Greetings and salutations, Ravage Rider here. Today I'm going to do something I didn't think I was going to do. Today I'm going to install the Cobb access port ECU and TCU tunes on the Audi S3. Let's start with a quick unboxing and I'll explain my reason why. We did have the Cobb access port in the Mark 6 GTI, along with the Cobb intake, Cobb exhaust, and I believe the downpipe as well. It was all purchased used like that. Now, I didn't play around with the access port very much on that car as Jacob was driving it, but from my research, I believe the Cobb tunes offer less gains when compared to many other tunes, which led me into the world of APR. Now, I'm not calling myself an APR fanboy or anything, but I added a lot of APR to the GLI, and it all worked out great. And up until recently, I just assumed I would be going the APR route for the S3 as well. I even have the APR Ultra Link, and that's why I'm just as surprised as you that I went with Cobb for the S3. So, why did I decide to go with Cobb? Well, simply put, cost and flexibility, and cost was the biggest factor in my decision. At regular prices, the cost of the Cobb access port, including Stage 1, Stage 2, and the DSG tune, is $11.25 US. This happens to be $100 cheaper than APR is offering, with $625 for the Stage 2 ECU upgrade and another $600 for the 7-speed DSG upgrade. And since I already have the APR Ultra Link, I can tune and make adjustments at home. But I also wanted some sort of display in the car. I was looking at either the VAD Pro or P3 vehicle specific gauges. Each of these is approximately $400 US, compared to getting a custom mount such as the CGM Industries vent mount for about $60 US. And that doesn't even take into consideration the access port. I can change tunes on the go, obviously with the engine off, but I am able to load Stage 0 tune or the Valet mode without the need for a computer, or switching from 91 to 93 octane. Never mind being able to change the TCU tune, like flashing to the aggressive DSG tune when at the jag strip. Another huge positive of the Cobb access port is the option to get a Pro Tune from EQT, Stratified, and or Sneaky Tuned. This was all appealing enough for me to choose the Cobb access port. Now I do find this a little interesting. While Cobb doesn't necessarily hide the results, they do make you click on the map notes to view them, whereas APR displays them front and center. For the Cobb maps, they show model years 2015 to 2018 and also 2019 to 2020, both with slightly different results and very different gains. For the 2015 to 2018, which is what I have, Cobb claims that the car stock produces 279 horsepower and 288 torque. And for the stock 2019 to 2020 model years, Cobb claims 287 horsepower and 288 torque. For comparison, APR just blanket claims 294 horsepower and 296 torque. All of these are similar and could be just a variance in the dynamometer between the Cobb and APR or whatever. Now, here's the interesting part. For the 2015 to 2018 model years, Cobb uses map 305 and states Stage 1 93 octane gets a peak increase of 28.7 horsepower, which is 10.3%, and 30.2 torque, which is 10.5%. But for the 2019 to 2020 model years, Cobb uses map 204 and states Stage 1 93 octane gets a peak increase of 33.1 horsepower, 11.5%, but it gains 82.3 torque, which is 28.5%. That's a noticeable amount of torque. In the APR high torque 93 octane tune, they claim a gain of 76 horsepower, 25.9%, and 87 torque, 29.4%. Obviously, the APR is a little more appealing at this point, especially for the 2018 model years, which is what I have. Now, I did ask Cobb why this is the case. How does the access port know which tune to put on which car? Well, when they responded, it was quite simple actually. The access port reads the engine code and the transmission codes, and it just knows. So there's something about 2015 to 2018. They have a separate engine and transmission code versus 2019, 2020. I reached out again and I asked, well, what's the deciding factor then? Why is this 2015 to 2018 a lesser tune than the 2019 to 2020? And I can't say I appreciated the response and found it a little bit jarring. The Cobb employee I was speaking with, he simply put that, well, he can't ask the person who created the 2015 to 2018 tune because they're no longer employed by Cobb. So yeah, that was not great. Didn't really appreciate that response, as I said. So kind of tells me that they're likely not going to go back and revise the tune of your car either after a few years have passed. So why did I go with Cobb again? Well, I guess one word: Protune. For example, adding an EQT Stage 1 93 octane tune gains 74 horsepower, which is 25.5%, and a whopping 125 torque, which is 42.7%. Those are insane numbers, all without requiring other modifications. I know what you're thinking. Enough talking. Let's get to those speed runs already. Well, there you go, 3.65 versus 3.53 seconds from 50 to 100 kilometers per hour. This equates to a measly 3.4% increase for this metric, which really isn't noticeable, but this is still a very quick car as I am chasing down the speeds of my current motorcycle. For both these tests, I had the heavier winter tires on. I have since added a few more mods and installed the summer tires. And a few of you paying attention may have also noticed that I made my choice of Protunes. Stay tuned for future videos where I'll be showing those results. Well, that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.